brothers and sisters. You have to excuse me today because this is really emotional for me. And I'm not reading what's on my chart. I'm telling you this from my heart. Just excuse me. I'm sorry.
Take your time.
Before I start, just let me say one thing. Father God, I come before you this morning. This is history. God, I'm glad you let me live to see this day. Yes, Father, I thank you so much. I love all of you guys. 32 BJ means so much. This is a blessing before God. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. In Jesus' name, amen. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining us on this historic day. The HTA, the Healthy Terminals Act. If you don't know how to spell it, If you don't know how to spell it, I'm going to spell it for you. HEALTHYTERMINALS ACT. Healthy Terminals Act. The Healthy Terminals Act is almost the law in New Jersey. We did it! We have worked hard. It's been a long, trust me, long road. But we preserved and now we are here. I am so excited to have Governor Phil Murphy, Senate President Sweeney, Assembly Speaker Colligan, Senator Loretta Weinberg, and Assemblywoman Annette Keano. I said your name right? Yes, okay. Okay. With us today. Also joining us are our union's president, Kyle Bragg, along with vice presidents, Kevin Brown and Rob Hill, who led us in this fight. Many of you know my story, and if you don't, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. 11 years ago, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, an autoimmune disease that requires me to get a monthly injection that costs up to $1,000 a month. I take it 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I have not been able to get the injections that I need since January of last year because of insurance. Because I fought so many times to try to get Medicaid, they denied me for $2 because I was $2 over. My neurologist will not allow me to resume treatment until I get an MRI and a spinal tap. I also have a lump in my throat. That's why I'm talking like this, so please excuse me. I also have a lump in my throat that needs to be dealt with. But to start treatment for that, I need numerous tests. Like many of my fellow airport workers, I do not qualify for Medicaid, and my employer's health care is too expensive. I live with multiple health conditions, but without health care, what can I do? Today, I am finally, finally, finally full of hope for me and for all of us. You here at the airport, and that's not coming from here, this is from me. You are my family. We are family, you understand? When we come to work, besides being at home, this is our second home because this is where we at most of the time. Yes, yes. Okay, today I'm finally of hope for me and for all of us. Having an HTA means we will no longer have to choose between feeding our families and taking care of our health. Today, the governor is signing the Healthy Terminals Act into law. We thank him, and we thank you, the members who make the union, our 32 BJ leaders, and our elected officials. So now, I, Yvette Stevens, on today, which is Thursday, the time is 10, almost 11 o'clock, I now have the great honor of introducing champion of 32 BJ members and airport workers since day one. Governor Murphy, you have been with us. Governor Murphy, the state of New Jersey, I introduce you to all of us.
Let's hear it for Yvette. This is what you call the short straw, having to follow Yvette speaking. Bless you. 32! Just checking. Thank you, Yvette Stevens, for your words and introduction. I couldn't tell at one moment there whether we were at a bill signing or a spelling bee, but you were awesome. You were awesome on both fronts. Thank you for putting, in all seriousness, a face and a personal story to the important step that we are taking together today to ensure that high-quality, comprehensive health care is put within the reach of thousands of working women and men here at Newark Liberty Airport. God bless you, and thank you. And through you, Yvette, thank you to the tremendous members of 32BJ for your work, making the experience of everyone who travels through this airport a positive one, and your work getting this bill to the table off to my right, so in a few minutes we can sign it into law. Amen. I don't see, where is Susie Lozado? Because I also want to give a shout out to Unite here. Susie, bless you, and great to have you with us here today as well. Back to 32BJ, I have to acknowledge its extraordinary leadership team, beginning with its president, 32BJ president, and a great union leader in this country, Kyle Bragg. Kyle, God bless you, man. And we all know Kyle got a battlefield promotion after the unspeakable tragedy that befell our dear friend Hector Figueroa before him. And Kyle, you're doing an extraordinary job leading this extraordinary organization. And Jersey's own, and we would not be here today without him, let there be no doubt about it, Vice President of 32BJ, Kevin Brown. I'm also honored to be joined by three outstanding legislative leaders, and we would not be in this position today without their leadership. Starting off, Senate President Steve Sweeney, himself a union leader. Speaker of the General Assembly, this guy, Craig Coughlin, is with us in the House. And his colleague in the Assembly and a champion of this bill and so many others, Annette Quijano. Annette, bless you. We also have, I know, the lighting is low, but I know I saw County Commissioner Brendan Gill is with us from Essex County. Brendan, great to have you. To your fellow, to your colleagues, to Joe DiVincenzo, a big day yesterday in Essex County and for this state. So God bless you and congratulations. Two quick side points. I just witnessed the United Airlines clinic upstairs where they're vaccinating airport workers. Was very impressed. And that feels like it's a good project where we've all come together to support. And the more folks who get vaccinated, the better and safer we will be. By the way, Kevin, this was for you, by the way, today. I could have worn a blue, but I said, no, Kyle, I'm wearing purple. At least I couldn't find any purple socks, so I went with a purple handkerchief. A quick, this is my only opportunity to say this today, so forgive me, just a quick COVID update. 2,092 positive cases overnight. Sadly, another 20 losses of life from our family. 1,691 in our hospitals. That number continues, thank God, to go down. 166 folks went in yesterday, but 246 live patients walked out. The spot positivity rate is too high, but for a weekend it's begun to come down, 8.19, and the rate of transmission, which is a really important data point, is all the way now down to 0.72. So we keep up that work together, folks. We're going to open this sucker up wide sooner than later. So back to the topic at hand. 4 years ago, I stood alongside Kevin and many of you, and dozens, in fact, at the time, of 32BJ members, and I said the following: you joined a union because you believe in the basic rules of society, fairness and justice. I was born under that same star. So we've done a lot together over the past 3+ years to make our state stronger and fairer for millions of middle-class residents and those working hard every day to lift themselves into the middle class. And today, our stars align once again. With my signature in a few moments, more than 10,000 workers here at Newark Liberty will receive a little more that will allow them to do a great deal more for themselves and their families. And Yvette, you put a life and personal story to this. When the only choice a worker has in health care is between a policy that has high premiums and high deductibles or no policy. That is really the absence of choice. When the choice comes down to whether to try to go to a doctor knowing that not all of that bill or maybe any of it may be covered by insurance, or staying home and foregoing a day's pay, or going to work sick, those are not choices either. And when you are going to work every day to do your jobs in a global transportation hub in the midst of a global pandemic, quality and affordable health care becomes much more than just a benefit. It becomes a basic right. You have done your jobs throughout a year of tremendous uncertainty and unprecedented anxiety. I know many of you have held your breaths, not knowing whether you would contract COVID here or, worse yet, bring it home to your families. So today, we give you a little piece of certainty and peace of mind, and today we allow you to exhale. All we are saying with this law is that every worker deserves the ability to afford a health care plan that works for them and their families. And we are also living up to the true name of the operator of the airport and your employer, the Port Authority of New York and, not or, and New Jersey. And that and is incredibly important. Kevin, as you and I have discussed, and Kyle knows well, as do Steve and Craig and Annette, New York State recently enacted a similar law to support your colleagues at LaGuardia and John F. Kennedy Airport. So taking this step on our side of the Hudson is a matter of simple fairness for all who keep our region safe and moving. And yes, ensuring that everyone who takes care of the health, safety, and comfort of tens of millions of travelers a year can themselves live in greater health, safety, and comfort, and that is a matter of justice. I am just as honored to stand with my brothers and sisters of 32BJ today as I have at every other point across our years of partnership. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know I speak on behalf of all of the elected officials for all that you do every day, not just here at Newark Liberty, not just at home, but what you do for our entire state. You are the first people many folks see when they land in New Jersey, and you represent our state so exceptionally well. It is now my great honor to introduce, as I said, one of America's great labor leaders, your leader. Let's hear it for President of 32BJ, Kyle Bragg. Love you, man. God bless you.
Good morning. Good morning, brothers and sisters. This truly is a great day. Governor Murphy, thank you. Senate President, Brother Sweeney, thank you. Assembly Speaker Coughlin, thank you so much. Senator Weinberg and Assemblywoman Keano, thank you so much on behalf of all of our members. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for your leadership. We are really overjoyed to be here today. When this bill was first introduced, we had no idea of where we were headed and that we were headed into an unfathomable threat to all of our lives. Our health and our livelihood were all at stake. COVID-19 hit us hard, which made the need to protect our members more urgent than ever. Access to health care for our members became a life or death proposition. Passing this new law, a major breakthrough and a long journey to justice for the airport workers who have traveled such a long way. And it's only one of many, many challenges. 9 years ago, our union began supporting airport workers like you on a historic campaign for social and economic justice, for dignity, for respect, for good wages, and for the benefits that you've earned and that you all deserve. As many as 10,000 subcontracted workers at New York and New Jersey airports won union representation with 32BJ and the respect that it brings. And we didn't stop there. Across the 3 airports in 2 states, airport workers signed a historic first union contract with their employers. But we didn't stop there. Airport workers in New York and New Jersey won the highest mandated minimum wage in the country, $19 an hour. And we didn't stop there. A good job isn't just about good wages. You also need access to health care. So we fought for access to quality, affordable health care on both sides of the river. And we got it in New York, and now we have it right here in Healthy Terminals Act in New Jersey. So thanks again to the unwavering support of our elected officials. Our hero essential workers, they needed champions. And the elected officials in this state were their champions. Those heroes can now come to work with not only dignity, respect, but a peace of mind that they now can cover themselves and their family with health care. Thank you for all being here. I thank each and every one of you. I thank my brothers and sisters in Local 100 for the work that you've done. And together, we win. When we fight, when we fight, when we fight. Thank you.
Man, I feel like I'm in the locker room about to play the Super Bowl, Kyle, after that. Holy mackerel, that was good. Let's hear it one more time. President Kyle Bragg. Kyle mentioned we're not here with champions among our elected leaders, and we have three extraordinary ones with us today. And I want to thank them personally for their leadership on this and in so many other arenas. First up to bat, let's hear it for, again, a labor leader in his own right, the President of the State Senate, Senator Steve Sweeney. Great job, man.
Thank you. And talk about short straw, right? I don't know what to say after that, except congratulations. As Senator Loretta Weinberg, who has absolutely been a champion on this issue, is in California, where she would be here. And if I didn't mention that, she would have kicked my butt. I can tell you that right now. But really, this is an awesome day for workers. And Governor, it starts with you. Without your support, this doesn't happen. And your support for workers since you've taken office has been phenomenal. So thank you for everything you've done. Mr. President, I don't know if Kevin is tenacious or a pain in the ass, but you're right, he's both. But he's done one hell of a job for the workers here in this state. Congratulations, Kevin. Thank you. Because he really did a hell of a job on this. But you know, this is when we took the wage to $19, that was great, right? $19 isn't making anybody rich, but it's making them live a little bit better. It's raising the floor so people can have a better quality of life. Because people go to work every day, men and women, they shouldn't live in poverty. They shouldn't be working 40 hours and not be able to have a decent living. At one time in this country, if you were, we were a lot of big middle class. Right now it's small middle class and a whole bunch of rich people. So accomplishing this, and I would say, Governor, we did it a little bit better than New York. We did a little bit better because there's a little competition between the states, sometimes, but we did it better. But the fact that now we've taken care of the health care piece is extraordinary. And to all the workers here, congratulations. This shouldn't have to be a fight. It really wasn't a fight. It was just figuring it out here in New Jersey. I know it's a fight all around the country, but hopefully what we're doing here in New York and New Jersey can now go to other places to lift workers around the country. Congratulations all.
Steve, thank you for that. You know, it's another data point. We're on a journey, folks. We know we're not fully there yet, and Steve laid this out, I think, extremely well. It's another data point, though, that we are on that journey to being the state in America. If you're a part of an organized labor family, you want to live and work in New Jersey, right? Thank you, Steve. It takes a village, including both chambers of our legislative bodies, and they have been extraordinary on this and on so many other arenas. We're going to hear from two members from the General Assembly. Please help me welcome the Speaker of the General Assembly, Craig Coughlin.
You got my name right, Governor. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Congratulations. It's a great day for you guys, isn't it? It's an exciting day. And I'm glad Steve didn't make fun of me for being short. But it's great to be with everybody today. This is an exciting day. It's the product of an awful lot of hard work and a lot of wranglings. I can answer the question, Steve, Kevin is a pain in the ass. But he's a good pain in the ass, and that means he's a good pain in the ass for all of you because he cares very deeply, and without his tenacity, we wouldn't have been here. And Kyle, I'm just getting to know you for the first time, but I can tell you're a dynamic leader and you're making a difference, and everybody here is lucky to have you as their leader. And we're lucky to have leaders in the state government as well. It was Steve Sweeney who found a way to come to a solution to get this done. It's Phil Murphy, who's the governor who was always the champion of folks like you. So Governor and Senate President, thank you. Congratulations. It's your hard work that brought us here today and made life better for the folks out there. Thank you very much for that. And to all of you, you know, for a lot of us, it seemed like the world stopped turning last year, right? But not for the folks who were working here, because airplanes still flew and trains still moved and people needed to get where they were going. And it was because of you and your dedication, your willingness to come to work day after day, despite the fact that you understood the kind of risk that you were at, that made you right at the front line of all the essential workers. Thank you for that. Thank you for that commitment. Thank you for making sure that things continue to run. And thank you for reminding us how important it is that you not just have a decent wage, and as Steve pointed out, it's not, nobody's getting rich, but you made life a little bit better when we got to $19, and now it'll get better a little bit more. Yvette, thank you for sharing what is an extraordinary, compelling story. It makes all of us recognize how important what we do for folks like you when we have the opportunity is going to make a difference. God bless you. I hope you get all of the treatment you need. I hope you get things under control, and I hope you're better, and I hope we're here next time when we do something really good for you again. So keep up the good work. And to all of you, thank you. Thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your dedication. And thanks for your unwillingness to accept anything less than what is fair and right. You know, the airlines have gotten support from the state and from the federal government. It was our chance to stick up for you. I'm proud to have been a small part of that. Thank you to all of the sponsors of the legislation, my colleague Annette Chiano and Senator Weinberg, who can't be with us, and all of the others who championed this bill, who said, no, we can do better, we should do better, and now we did do better. So thank you all very much. Congratulations on a really special day.
Craig, thank you so much for that and for your leadership on this and so many other arenas. Steve, I'm going to take a page out of your book. I'm going to thank Senator Weinberg as well, because otherwise I will hear from her as well. So thank you for reminding me. Craig, thank you. Last but certainly not least, someone who championed this from moment one and was unrelenting. Please help me welcome Assemblywoman Annette Chiano.
Wow, it's so great to be here on this side of introducing a bill. I have the pleasure and honor of representing the 20th Legislative District, which includes Elizabeth, Hillside, Roselle, and Union. And so many of you live in my district. In February of 2020, right before the pandemic, and without a clue of what was coming, I introduced the Healthy Terminals Act to the New Jersey Assembly, and Senator Weinberg introduced the bill in the Senate. And so it would have been great if she was here, because she is a true champion, and I enjoy working with her on great issues for the state of New Jersey. So when she comes back, I'm going to call her and say, I missed you, but we did it. Thank you. You know, this was a we. We worked together throughout this time. Airport workers fought valiantly to have their voices heard. They organized, they rallied, and they shared their stories and their struggles. And I can tell you, I met Yvette in Trenton, remember? You came with a group of people and your 32 BJ representatives, and you told me why this bill was important, and it had to be done. And so I thank you for sharing your story. Many workers have different health issues and are unable to seek treatment because they simply cannot afford the cost of health care. The Healthy Terminals Act is a victory for Black, brown, and immigrant workers who have been on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic since day one. Sanitizing planes, cleaning terminals, securing the airports, handling important cargo shipments of PPE and other crucial supplies, and assisting travelers in the need of wheelchairs. I always include the wheelchair staffers because when I had a severe accident and I had to travel, they were so compassionate to me and helped me through the process of getting through the airport. And to this day, you know, they have a spot in my heart. If anything, COVID has shed a new light on the issue of health care and inequality. Airport workers do this job with without much more than a thank you. And they've done it without reliable health care for far too long. The Healthy Terminals Act changes that and means that workers will no longer have to choose between going to a doctor, buying food, or paying rent. Airport workers have risked their lives for the public during this unstoppable pandemic, and they deserve our support. And now, thanks to Governor Murphy, Senate President Sweeney, Speaker Coughlin, and Senator Weinberg for their leadership, and let me tell you, the support of the sponsors and co-sponsors. I think this bill, Kevin, is the one that had the most number of co-sponsors than anything I can remember. And that was because of your hard work. And it was due, because I want the members to know, it was due to their tireless advocacy of contacting legislators. Before, you would get a phone call. So now I got a phone call and a text message from Kevin. And that was to me. My chief of staff got Elena and got Emmy and others. And so your leadership worked for you. And I want you to know that, Kevin. They are tenacious and non-stoppable. And they do right by their work, by the people that they represent. So soon, we're going to celebrate, and I say soon, because it's not official until the governor signs that bill, but we won health care for airport workers who have given so much to the state of New Jersey. So thank you. Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Annette. And as Annette just previewed, let's sign this thing up. How's that sound? Matt Stanishi is going to sanitize the pens and get them to each one of the individuals. Someone called it COVID hygiene theater. With all due respect, it's not. I wish it were. I'm going to take my mask off just for the money shot. Again, this is Senate Bill. Paid certain wage rates and benefits under New Jersey Prevailing Wage Act. Yeah. With that, a quick money shot. I can't see a thing, so I'll have to put my glasses back on. Okay. Again, Councilman Matt Stanishi will sanitize the pens, hi Elena, and get it to each of the individuals. That sound okay? First up, quite appropriately, Security Officer Yvette Stevens. Next up, 32 BJ President Kyle Bragg. These are official, Steve, by the way, just in case you're checking there. Senate President Steve Sweeney. Congratulations. Speaker of the General Assembly, Craig Coughlin. Congratulations, man. Assemblywoman Annette Quijano. Bless you. Vice President of 32BJ and State Director here in the great state of New Jersey, Kevin Brown. And I mentioned her earlier, the Secretary Treasurer-elect of Unite Here, Susie Lozano. This is now the law of the land. I asked if we do a pen. Where did you? Did we get the pen recipients properly socially distanced to do a photo? Is that okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Governor.